Welcome to part 2. Now, let's see what else to talk about. Oh yes, let's talk about the updates. Yes, the updates used to fix the problems that shouldn't have even been in the finished product in the first place. But first, actually, let me get to something else. Before Sims 3 ever came out, they had to push the release date. They had to delay the game because there were a bunch of bugs and glitches in the game. Now, my first thought was, oh, so at least they're taking the time to fix the problems. And then at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh God, what if they start fixing the glitches, and then by the second release date, the one they moved the release date to, what if when they get to that date, they don't have all the glitches fixed and they just release it anyway and just constantly release patches to fix the problem? And then I'm like, as I'm thinking this, I'm like, nah, EA wouldn't do that. They're not that unprofessional. Sadly, it looks like I was mistaken because they did do just that. And not only that, but when you do the update, right? When you do the updates, after the update is done, it's given a list of all the things that that's fixed in the game. Now, you know, I don't mind. I really don't mind if the updates and patches are used for things that are easily missed. But not for half of the shit that I see on the update list of things that are fixed. Let me give you an example. One of the things fixed in the last update, a problem with the game freezing when a sim goes to remove spoiled food from the refrigerator. Are you kidding me? How on earth, during testing for these types of glitches and bugs, do you miss something that is going to be almost routine for the player to do? I can understand if it's something that a player would not end up doing or is easily missed, but this is not easily missed. It's right there in the open. How do you miss that? I don't know. It baffles me. How? And then another thing that they fixed. One-person families can't have... The problem was fixed where one-person families don't end up having babies, you know, because of the story progression thing, where time moves even on the Sims lots that you aren't playing in. How do you miss that? Also, wouldn't that be one of the #1 things next to a few other things that you have to... Wouldn't that be one of the things at the top of your list? Especially since the story progression thing was one of the big things you hyped about this game, along with a lot of customization and the being able to work on a old computer. Those are the 3 things you hyped: story progression, a lot of customization, and being able to work on old computers. So you decide to just... a glitch in one of the main things that you hyped about this game. Great job. Wonderful. I would love to know what your testing staff, EA, was doing during the... What were they doing? Just hanging around the water cooler the entire time they were testing the game? Because that's what I'm starting to honestly think. With how crapped up this game is, I would think that all they were doing is jerking off the entire time. I'm sorry, but that is my impression, based on how shit-tastic the game is, when it comes to all the technical problems. It crashes constantly. It crashes when you're trying to decorate a house. It crashes when you're in Create a Sim. It crashes when you're trying to change your Sim's appearance, whether it be makeup or changing their hairstyle. It It crashes sometimes even for no reason. It turns off even when you don't even tell it to. It just turns off on its own accord. Let's see, what else? It's just one glitched up piece of shit. I was really looking forward to a really good game, because I've been a fan of the Sims game since the first game. I got the first game as sort of like a bonus thing that came with the first computer my family got. And then I ended up buying Sims 2, and now I have... And those two games worked fine. Given, Sims 2 was slow, but it is not glitched at all compared to Sims 3. It's atrocious. I mean, okay, Sims 2 had a few patches, but at least the game ran without crashing every 5 minutes if you're trying to decorate something. And some of the problems I've heard from other people, the game sometimes doesn't even work at all, even on the low-grade computers that EA specified the game would work on. The game doesn't work on them for a lot of people. Let's see. People with better equipment than what I have. The game crashes as fast for them, almost faster. I even heard one person say, "Oh, maybe you should try to upgrade your drivers." I am not particularly comfortable with downloading something off the internet like that. Especially when people who have upgraded the drivers, the game either starts not working at all, if it worked at all to begin with, or it just makes the game incredibly choppy, or even stickier. Like it sticks to one screen for... If you try to move the camera right to the right, it'll stick in its original position for like up to 10 seconds and then move. Ugh. EA, this is utter shit. Now, aside from the technical problems, you've got the tedious shit, like, groceries. Oh, now you can buy separate different items for different recipes. Great, that's something all Sims fans have wanted since Sims 2, I believe. Only now they've made it tedious. Same with buying books. In Sims 2, you could just buy groceries, go and click on the fridge and click on put away groceries. Now you have to open the fridge in Sims 3. You have to open it and then manually put everything in. Manually put the apples into the fridge. Manually put every type of fish in. Manually put a steak in. And some people have gotten so annoyed at this because there's no real saying of how you can put just everything in. You can't. It has to be manually put in. When I first saw this, I thought, oh god, I have to put everything in one at a time, until I looked on a forum. It says, well, you still have to put everything one at a time, but just click on the upper left corner of the icon for the item. It looks like a folded page. Just click on that and then drag it to the fridge, and it puts all of that item in. So like if you have 50 apples and you click on that folded left upper end of the icon, click on that, drag it, and then all the apples are put into the fridge. The same goes with books too. You have to put every book in like that. And if you have more of the same type of book, let's say you have 2 copies of the second book for the skill of cooking, you have to click on that left corner and drag it in. With everything else, it's just one at a time, one at a time, one at a time for each type of book. Screw you, EA. You just went backwards. Whatever happened to just put away all books? Or put away groceries? You went backwards, you idiots! Jesus Lord freaking mighty. other thing I wanted to... will you just do me a favor? Don't make any more updates. Unless you can make an update that fixes every single current problem with the game. And two, I don't want to see freaking clones of the previous expansion packs when the expansion packs for Sims 3 come out, if you make expansion packs for it. I don't want to see, like Sims Unleashed for the original Sims. It was Sims Pets in Sims 2. Don't freaking do that. This is a life simulation sort of game. That should come with the game originally. Use it as a download thing from your site and make it free. And use the expansion packs to do something a little more creative. Thank you.